Hi you guys, it's Beauty here, and by the title of this video, you know that this is a video about my daddy issues. Um, just a disclaimer, Amia is in the next room crying because she's tired and she's going to sleep on her own. So yeah, she's crying. So if you hear her wake up a little bit here and there and start crying, then that's why. But anyway, so this video is about my daddy issues, and I'm going to try to keep this very, I don't know how I'm going to try to keep this. I want to keep it as informational as possible, but keep it within like a 15-minute span. So okay, here we go. So when I was born into the last name of Brown. Sorry, y'all. I was born into the last name of Brown because my mom was married. And yeah, I was born into the last name of Brown, but later on come to find out that my real father was not the man who my mom was married to. And basically I had the last name of this family that was not my actual real family. I grew up with them, they raised me, they helped raise me and stuff like that, but this was not my family and stuff. And what a coincidence that my mom was best friends with my real dad's sister. So basically, yeah, I had always seen him and stuff like that, and I knew of him and I knew that he was my dad, but I also knew that I had another dad and stuff like that. It's just very, very weird. But my stepdad is what I'm gonna call him because he's not my real dad. So, but he's my real dad. I can't really explain how I feel about this, but just to keep it very simple for you guys, I'm gonna say that he's my stepdad. My stepdad, the way that he found out that I was not his child was through divorce papers that my mom gave him. I really don't know too much about that and what went on during the divorce and this and that and that, but I do know that that is how he found out. So I think within that same year, my mom wanted me to reach out to my real father. Yeah, so I reached out to him and we basically got to know each other. I was about 13 years old, probably 12, going on 13 or something like that. Some type of weird, crazy, whatever. So, basically my mom was telling him that he needed to do, no, let's take a step back. So when I was younger and I was in elementary school, I think I was still in elementary school when I met him. I'm not really sure, but when I was way younger, about in maybe like the first or second grade, I remember going to take a DNA test and stuff. And so basically that's like how I knew that he was my dad, because we went took a DNA test. And he was also married, and I have a brother. Me and him is about 5 months apart. So back to later on in life, I finally met him and we finally began to like hang out and stuff like that. So he wanted me to come to his house and he took me shopping to the mall and stuff like that. So he went and bought me some shoes. He bought me 2 pairs of shoes and stuff like that, and some shirts from at the time there was this place called Steven, I can't remember, but I know I still have the shirt somewhere. So he took me, I never even wore the shirt because the shirt said useless, and my mom was like, why would he buy you a shirt that says useless? But anyway, that's besides the point. So later on we went back to his house, and he fell asleep. And I just remember like trying to wake him up, but I didn't want to say dad. I didn't want to be this. I didn't want to say dad because I didn't know him, and I didn't want to be disrespectful by calling him by his name because he is older than me. And like, so I was like, hey, like I was trying to wake him up. Like I was like, hey, I'm ready to go. So he took me home and stuff like that, and then I came around more and more and more. That's when I was introduced to my brother. That's me and him is 5 months apart. That's when I got introduced to him, and I would just always say your dad because I was just like used to, like, I'm not used to him, so your dad and stuff. And he would be like, why are you saying your dad? It's our dad and stuff like that. And I was basically like an outcast because like I'm new to this family, I'm new to all of this, so like I didn't know, like I don't know, I was just like timid about everything. I didn't know them that well, and I was just going, I'm so old, I'm so grown at this point, excuse me. I'm so grown at this point, so I was just basically like really over it. And I can't really say whether or not my dad really wanted me or not. Things later on in life kind of showed that maybe he didn't want me, but I'm going to get into that. But I can't really say whether he wanted me from birth or not, because he would say that he was trying to be there, and then my mom would say that he wouldn't be there. So I don't know. So I have mommy issues too, and that would be another video that I'm gonna be coming out with. But so basically life goes on, life goes on, life goes on. Once I get older and things start like balling down with my mom, and my mom is just, I don't know, just being weird and like going crazy and stuff. So I decided, this was after years of knowing him, that I wanted to move in with him because I thought that life was going to be better. But really all I really wanted was more freedom, because with my mom I was just so locked down. I couldn't go outside, I couldn't do anything. And with my dad, he let me be free and he let me do things that kids do. So I wanted to go and live with him so that I could have more freedom. But basically that did not really work out. He basically, I never really lived with him for more than, I want to say, I think I got my dates mixed up because I wasn't 13 when I met him. I think I was like around 13, 14 when I moved in with him. So I got my dates mixed up. But when I was like 13, 14, I moved in with him. Basically my mom, I was a cheerleader, and my mom had threatened me that I wasn't going to go to my competition because she had just got mad at me for some strange little reason. And she had threatened me, and it was something going on. It was always something going on with her. So I had recently stressed to to my dad, that I wanted to leave. And so he just told me to call him whenever I'm ready, and he's going to come get me. So I called him and told him I was ready to go, and he showed up to the house with the police and stuff like that to get me. And it was very emotional for me and stuff like that. But I did know that I needed freedom. I needed to be a child, and my mom wasn't allowing me to be a child. She was just keeping me caged up and keeping me away from everything. So like I said, I never really stayed with my dad for more than a month or so, because basically at this point in time he had gotten back with his ex-wife, which they got a divorce because they found out that I was his child, and they had gotten back together. And from that point on, she did not like me because I think she felt like I had come between them or mess up their relationship or something like that. And she did not like me from what my parents did, the mistake that my parents made, and it had nothing to do with me. So when he got back with her, basically I couldn't stay with him. He couldn't really do anything for me, and stuff like that. That's how I feel. There's really no type of clarification about the things that went on and stuff like that. But basically his wife would like threaten me. She would threaten to like slap me in my face and do this and do that. And the type of child I wasn't taking that. Like, you're not my mom. I'm not doing you anything, so why are you threatening to slap me, threatening to put your hands on me? So I would just basically let her know, like, you're not gonna do anything to me. So then she would say, oh, I'm not scared of your family, and da 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 da, I do this to them and I do that to them. And I'm like, okay, you don't have to worry about them, baby, because I'm gonna hold my own. So basically she didn't like the type of personality that I had, and the fact that I didn't bow down to her. So I couldn't never really stay with them, and the times that I did stay with them, it was very, very rough and very, very hard. I just wanted to stay in my room all of the time. I didn't even really want to be with anyone. So at this point in time, it was very pointless for me to go live with them if I'm gonna be in my room and doing all of this and not wanting to come around and have family time with nobody or want to chill with anyone because of this person. So I should have just stayed with my mom. And so I called my mom and I'm like, Mom, I'm ready to come home. And she just hangs up the phone in my face like, you can't come back here. So basically I had to duke it out. I had to do what I had to do. So then my dad sent me away to Job Corps. He sent me away talking about he didn't want me to be such age in high school, so he sent me away. And basically he gave me two choices, and it was boot camp or Job Corps, and I had to pick one. Or if I didn't pick, or if I said that I didn't want to go to either, he was going to send me to boot camp. And I'm just like, what have I been doing for you to want to do this? Like, what have I been doing for you to want to send me away? What have I been doing? So he sent me away. I stayed there for 6 months, got my GED, got a trade, and then I came home. And when I came home, I still couldn't live with him. I had to stay with my grandmother. And at this time, I don't know where I was at this point in my life. I had a boyfriend. I wanted to be my boyfriend, and